Bodybuilding has always been about pushing the limits of what the human body can achieve. But there came a point when the focus shifted in a dramatic way, from balanced, aesthetic physiques to pure size and mass. This change gave birth to what we now call the mass monster era, a time when bigger often meant better, even if that came at the expense of classical lines and proportion. In the early days, bodybuilding celebrated flow and aesthetics. Competitors like Frank Zane and Lee Labrada were prime examples of how symmetry, shape, and proportion could win shows even without extreme size. Frank Zane competed around 190 pounds, yet dominated stages because his physique looked like something out of Greek mythology. Lee Labrada had a similar appeal, earning top spots while being outsized by 50 pounds or more. The message was clear: balance and harmony could beat brute size. That message changed with the arrival of Dorian Yates in the early 90s. Yates showed up with levels of mass and conditioning the sport had never seen before. He was granite hard, extremely dense, and his back set a new standard for bodybuilding. After 6 Mr. Olympia wins, Yates had reshaped the sport's expectations, showing that size and thickness could dominate even the most aesthetic physiques. Then came Ronnie Coleman, who took it even further. Coleman carried close to 300 pounds of ripped muscle on the stage while maintaining shape and roundness. His strength was legendary, and his 8 Mr. Olympia wins cemented him as one of the greatest to ever compete. He defined the modern era of bodybuilding, bigger, stronger, and freakier than anyone before him. Following this, competitors like Marcus Rule took the mass monster idea to extremes, showing freakish proportions and raw size that wowed audiences. This created a divide in bodybuilding fans. Some loved the spectacle, seeing physiques so massive they almost didn't seem human. Others missed the aesthetics and flowing lines of the past, claiming the sport had lost its original appeal. Even today, we see this debate play out. Big Ramy, known for bringing over 300 pounds of muscle to the Olympia stage, became a 2-time Mr. Olympia champion, and athletes like Andrew Jacked and Neckzilla represent this continuing fascination with mass. People love to see the freak factor, the jaw-dropping muscle size and density that makes open bodybuilding what it is. But something else happened. In 2016, the IFBB created the Classic Physique division. This division put clear limits on weight and emphasized small waists, wide shoulders and overall balance. Physiques reminiscent of the golden era, and it worked. Classic physique exploded in popularity, with athletes like Chris Bumstead becoming household names far beyond the hardcore bodybuilding community. This shows that fans still appreciate aesthetics. They still value classical proportions and a physique that looks both aspirational and artistic. So what does this mean for open bodybuilding? Should there still be a standard for aesthetics? Or is the freak factor the ultimate expression of human potential? Judging has always rewarded size combined with conditioning, which naturally drives competitors toward being bigger every year. Bodybuilders will always push extremes. That's what makes the sport so unique. But if the judging criteria ignore aesthetics, it risks losing some of the beauty that made bodybuilding appealing in the first place. The truth is, bodybuilding fans want both. They want to see the freaks, the athletes who make you say, how is that even possible? But they also want physiques that look balanced and artistic. That's why classic physique exists, giving fans and athletes an alternative focused on flow, symmetry, and timeless lines. Its popularity proves aesthetics still matter. So is bigger really better? From a competitive standpoint, being big and conditioned still wins in the open division. But from a fan perspective, there's still a love for aesthetics and a longing for those classic shapes. The creation of classic physique was an answer to that demand, ensuring that bodybuilding celebrates both the freaks and the beauty of classic lines. The question isn't whether one style is better than the other. It's whether bodybuilding as a whole needs to keep aesthetics as part of its standard. Because in the end, the sport has room for both extremes. The mass monsters who push human limits and the classic athletes who remind us that bodybuilding can be as much art as it is power.